So this is replacing the odometer gear on the gauge cluster. It's not very hard. Part's about $33 on Rock Auto. So if your odometer doesn't work in your Thunderbird, I would highly recommend doing this because it's not very hard. So as you can see, I'm just on the installation process, reinstallation. I already put the new gear back in my odometer. We're going to see if it works. But all you do is you start by removing this panel from the lower dash. It's 3 bolts and 3 clips. Comes out really easy. And then you need to remove the shroud around the steering column, which is just 4 screws on the bottom. And then the next step is pulling the lock cylinder, which there's a little pin underneath. You'll see it when you take the cover off. Just push that in with a screwdriver after you've turned your key to the on position and then jiggle it. Comes out pretty easily. And then you remove the top portion and you'll see 4 bolts holding your gauge cluster in. These were pretty easy to take out. I wouldn't worry about that at all. And then pulling the cluster apart, just look for bolts. I mean, you can see these gold ones right on the outside. And then the speedometer is just held in by a couple pins. You know, after you take out these 7 on the outside, you'll pull that right out. And then you'll only need to remove 7 screws from the odometer while taking that apart. And sorry, when taking the needle off, do not pry up on it. It is only held in by a small metal pin and you wouldn't want to bend it. So what you'll do is spin it counterclockwise while pulling up and it'll come right off. Just be patient and remember how you take everything apart. Take pictures if you need to. It's not very difficult. Again, I would highly recommend it. Go on Rock Auto for your parts. It's only $33. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments.